I got an interesting commission from a architect friend of mine that lives in Milwaukee. I'd done work for him before, and this is going to be a concrete tower 4 stories high on both sides of a building, one on each side. And he wanted to have a relief, concrete relief, or an incised, either in or out on the surface. So, having never done anything like that before, I put my mind to work, and I found out that he had to have a certain kind of plywood to make it to make this wall, because you didn't do it all at once. You do it about 8 feet at a time. So, and inside of that is going to be all the reinforcing rod. So there's a lot that went into it, and I had to have a big place. So I made a model, and it was maybe 3 feet tall, with the incised, and we could get an idea of what the theme would be and how it was going to look, in which I actually followed that quite a bit. And I was working at Beloit College, or I was living in Beloit, and I knew, because I'm familiar with it, but they just put up a new indoor track, and they didn't use it in the summer. As a matter of fact, it got so hot in there you could hardly stand it. And so I laid out big tables on sawhorses that I had laid out, so it was nice and flat. And I laid the whole piece out, and I cut these basically 4 by 11 foot panels that go around the front and the sides. They would meet. It was like 22 feet wide, or I can't remember, but so that's how this happened to come about. And of course, after it got all done, it was interesting for me to see it, because it was so much bigger and so different. Before you see it, it's in a negative way, and you take the mold off, and here's these things in concrete. So the best view of it, if you happen to be at the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, is you go. There's a street that comes right into this. This tower, and you can see it all the way down the street. But then in the meantime, they've added on a building on the other side, so they enclosed part of the other side. But it looks really great, because they have chairs and stuff, and there's part of the student union, I believe, and there's a parking garage there. But so you're right up next to these 4-inch thick relief, and you don't know what it's about, because it's only a piece of it. And so it's just a kind of a wonderful relief, and because it's out of concrete, it's almost like a very natural wood wall, or like a cliff almost, So you might want to go inside and take a look at one part of it inside, and have a cup of coffee at the time.